Greetings everyone and welcoming you back to my channel. It's been almost about like 2 to 3 weeks, 2 weeks and a half. I haven't made a video on YouTube because of many things. One, college. Two, making the big video is coming out hopefully next month. So yeah, today I'm gonna make a video, and this video is gonna be a video I wanna make. It's kind of similar to the Resident Evil video I made 2 months ago, but this time we talk about another Capcom series, Devil May Cry. Also, only the 5th game of the series. And this is gonna be a definitive video about the Devil May Cry games. So, yeah, so sit back, relax, grab some food, whatever. And I was gonna talk about Devil May Cry 5, and that's pretty much it. So, prepare for me to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk for the next God knows how many minutes this video is gonna be. So, here we go. So when Devil May Cry 5 first was announced in E3 and Xbox press conference, I was pretty excited and I was pretty much feeling pretty happy to see a new Devil May Cry game coming out around E3. And just see the trailer of, a truck coming in, and then we saw like, okay, Dante, and we saw like Capcom logo, and it was a Devil May Cry, and we see I thought it was going to be Dante, the reboot Dante, but no, it's actually Nero, which is pretty cool. So it means that they're going to continue the main series, they're going to continue what they left off with their 4. So, trailers coming in, all that kind of stuff, all that kind of stuff, and they can come out. So all the trailers were pretty great, and I was pretty hyped for it. So I'm gonna talk about some of the good things and bad things about the game. Not to talk about the whole game in general, but I'm gonna talk about the goods and bads of it and what I think of it. And if you've been on my channel for a while, you guys know that I have kind of hatred towards the game, and I can give you guys reasons why. Some reasons I've been holding on to it for a little while, and there's some hate, and there are some things, bad things about it that I discovered as time went on. I discovered more discoveries on my own and what I think of the game. So don't take my negativities or take my criticism to the game to heart. It's just one person's opinion. So it's just one person's opinion. Don't take it seriously. It's just my opinion. Your opinion. If you like the game, that's good. If you hate the game, like I do, that's fine. It's up to you. So let's get to the positives, okay? The positives about the game is the graphics. Graphics is pretty good. It's the first Devil May Cry game, or the first game other than Resident Evil using the RE engine, which is really good. They decided to use the RE engine in DMC5, which is good. That's pretty good news. Things like the character models in the game is pretty nice. It's pretty sharp. The face models are pretty alright, except for Virgil's. Virgil's face model looks terrible. I'm not really liking Virgil's face model. So the gameplay is pretty good, with some of the characters have different play style and different ways you can play in them, all across all 4. So there's other positive things about the game. Some of the characters are pretty good in this game, like Dante and Griffin. The two might be my favorite characters in the game, and how they're really the show stealers in my opinion. And that's pretty much all the positives I said about the game. And as you can tell, it's not too much positives. This is where now we'll get the other second half of the video, which is going to be the longest length, the negatives. And boy oh boy, I got a lot of things to say about the game. And I can tell you something for you guys. So here we go. Let's get the negatives out the way. First of all, let's talk about the story. If I could sum the story up in very simple words, so I'm not gonna go all over it, is if you take the first and the third game together, you put these three, the first game and the third game, you throw them at the wall and see what sticks, and then mix shit up as you go along. Just mix shit up for the sake of plot. That's what I feel Devil May Cry 5 is. a good example. Okay, some big huge demon sitting on a chair and calls up the Demon King. That's like Devil May Cry 1. So basically, Urizen imitates Mundus, which is Mundus is a way more stronger character and way more stronger demon than Urizen, because fucking hell, Mundus, he defeated the devil himself to take the fucking throne of the underworld. He dethroned the devil himself to get that fucking throne. He was just like a normal demon like Sparda. So that's how he definitely ruled the underworld. So he wants to conquer the the human world. Then we have, okay, a character on top of a building or top of something, like similar to Tim McGrew with Virgil. This is the same freaking thing in the fifth one. There you go, it's the same thing. The game takes place on the Qliphoth route, but it's not as explorable as Tim McGrew. Tim McGrew is much more explorable and way better place to explore, and I like the exploration in the third game. What brings me to my other issue, the game is very linear. It's just pretty much the most linear Devil May Cry game that since the reboot. The fourth game felt like you can actually explore. You can go somewhere places. Like the first, the second, the third, and the fourth game, you can actually explore places and do stuff like that. Because I found the fifth game to be extremely linear and extremely like one place. It's just one straight line. Legitimately one straight line the entire fucking game, and it's just kind of kills like the atmosphere of the game a little bit. You know, that's one of the things I like about Devil May Cry. Like the other ones is exploration, going different places, looking for items, stuff like that. Different ways you can go. You know, you have like a map. Like in the fourth game, you can have like have a map so you can know where to go and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty good, but the fifth one felt super linear. It's like the reboot basically. So that's one of the issues I found about the game. The whole Dante and Virgil. Okay, Dante and Virgil, the reason they stab each other is so they unlock the true power. Because Dante is rebellion. His rebellion unlocks the power, unlocks Dante's true devil form. So as Virgil, it's the same exact thing. No, sorry, Yamato actually suppresses man from demon, but rebellion actually unlocks the true power. But he needs the Sparda sword to do it. So you cannot do it without the Sparda sword. I think because the Sparda sword houses, Sparda's, the legendary Dark Knight Sparda's has power plus a bit of Dante's power. Because some of Dante's powers from the first game are in the blade. So he absorbed it and became this big demon. Basically a hybrid of Sparda's Devil Trigger and Dante's own DT. And just like go together. And with Virgil case, I think he didn't really stab to have the Devil Trigger mode. Sin DT, I think he had it because of the Qliphoth root. The Qliphoth fruit. I think that's why he get it. The whole like separating man from demon from the Yamato, I felt like it doesn't add anything to the story really. But it's kind of cool to see the Sparda household for the first time. It's kind of nice to see it for the first time. But I felt like the concept of that is kind of outlandish. Like with the Yamato is hell outlandish, and I hated the cutscene when the reason Virgil wants to split himself from human demon. I know we know this for a while, that Virgil prefers his demon side and his human side. We all know that and established already. So this is basically his move. He's basically himself, okay, I'm so weak, I can't fight Dante in this form. Let me stab myself, bring away my humanity, and express and just fully transform to a big demon that looks like Tekken 7 Kazuya. Literally freaking Tekken 7 Kazuya, like final devil form, but without the wings. That's like the only difference. It's basically it's just basically a copycat to that shit. I think Nero should not be in this game. Like, Nero, his only reason in this game is just to say, hey, this guy is my dad. Hey, who took my arm? I want the sword back. Oh, this guy's my dad. And that's it. That's his only reasons in this game. There's literally zero reason for Nero being in this game. He's just there just to find out, oh, Virgil's his dad. It's like if you haven't played the other Devil May Cry games, I mean, it's like, come on, like the fourth game was obvious. It's just basically the game's like, here, confirmed. It was still like a rumor, but honestly, it's not really that rumor. I wasn't really that shocked. I was like, okay, I know it. It's not really that much of a surprise, really. It's just, and then when Dante says, when he saw the Yamato reacted, and he wasn't sure. So basically, tell me that Dante knows that Virgil is his dad, but he didn't tell him. Why is that? So you tell me that Dante's the bad guy? Dante's the real good bad guy and Virgil's the good guy? Is that what you're trying to tell me? What? It's a bit, I don't know why Dante's hesitant to say it. He should have just said, hey, I have a brother and all that kind of shit. I mean, he told Nero in the fourth game, hey, I need that sword for my brother and everything. It's a bit out of control. Speaking of devil triggers, how in the hell that Nero unlocked his devil trigger? Is it because of Kyrie? Try to think of this. When Nero got stabbed by the Angelos in the fourth game, and he thinks about Kyrie and shit, he unlocked his devil trigger, but in the same time, he uses, he absorbed the Yamato and bring it back to place. And that, in the fourth game, kind of makes sense because, he has the blood of Sparta, and he has, his dad's blood, so that's why the swords are protected and everything and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it makes sense. But in the fifth one, it doesn't make a lick of sense. It does not make any sense. The Kyrie could give him some dark magic or something? Is he like the power of hope or some shit? What kind of, I don't know. Because here's the thing with Dante. He got stabbed by his own sword by Virgil to unlock his devil trigger. And Virgil, he already had his devil trigger, already had mastered his devil trigger before Dante did. But with Nero, he didn't get stabbed. His arm just got took off and that's it. Is that gonna trigger his devil trigger? I mean, I try to piece the puzzles together and it does not make any lick of fucking sense. Literally doesn't make a lick of sense of how in the hell that Nero unlocked his devil trigger. And the game should be called Devil May Cry 5 Nero's Awakening. And Nero beat the hell out of his dad with no sweat. Literally. He beat the fuck out of his own pops. So Nero's being in this game is basically nothing. His role is to see Virgil. That's it. Speaking of Virgil, that's where we can go to our next character, Virgil. My goodness. If you thought, okay, in the original reboot, in the original story, it was written poorly. But boy, oh boy, the fifth one doubles down. No, quadruples down. And he is, oh my goodness. What a way to ruin a character, Capcom. Virgil is one of the best villains next to Wesker from Resident Evil. He's basically the Wesker of the Devil May Cry series. And you just ruined him even more in this game. You try to make him like Devil May Cry 3 Virgil. And by the way, the reason of Virgil's involvement is because of jealousy. He's jealous of Dante having everyone around him. I'm alone and I'm crying and all that kind of shit. And just, I know there's a brotherly feud or brotherly feud between two brothers or two siblings is normal. Siblings fight all the time. But the thing is about Virgil's reason, in the third one, because he wants to get stronger. He wants to get stronger. He wants to protect himself. This is kind of the same thing in the fifth game, but forget about all this and said I'm just jealous of Dante. That's the freaking reason. That is just out of jealousy, which I have never heard of just saying like I'm jealous of you, Dante. I despise you, Dante, and all that shit. No, it doesn't. It's just fucking ridiculous that you have to just say like this is basically what Virgil's giving me that motive. It's giving me that motive. And plus V, he's just there to create suspense. I was like, oh, who's the guy? Who's the person? Who is the guy? I don't know who he is. Like, it's already revealed to be Virgil because the deck starts with a V. Even that one cutscene says Virgil. You could have just been at least, I don't know, Mundus in disguise. You could have been, I don't know, a puppet controlled by Mundus like Trish did. Could have been, that would be more interesting. But at least that'll be at least a copy from Devil May Cry 1 that actually went well. They could have done that, which is good. But anyways, it's just Virgil is just there because he's just there. I felt like he was like a last edition in the game. Sorry about that, but it's just Virgil. He's just there because he's just there. And plus his DLC, which it's by far a missed opportunity. You could have had him telling you what happened to him after the events of the first game, like how he survived, how he got out of hell, all that kind of stuff. What he was doing in the events of Devil May Cry 1 and 2. What he was doing around these two games. Like, we might learn something, we might hear from something. It'll be very interesting, but instead we got nothing. We get just basically we get a special edition that just replay the whole level, while the PS4 people like myself and PS4 and Xbox One, we all get is basically two cutscenes and a character for $5, which is a goddamn ripoff. It should be for free. We get no Turbo One, no Listener, Dark Knight, whatever the fuck. It was bad. That's pretty fucking bad. It's freaking terrible. Plus the bosses are basically like the first two bosses you fight are a rehash of the first boss you fought in Devil May Cry 4, which is Burial, and the Feed Me Seedmore, the She Viper boss with Nero as well. So it's literally the same boss fight but different things. To be doing this is kind of similar. The only bosses that are pretty good are just the Melee Island Trio. Is the only boss I like. It's freaking terrible. Like, and some people just turn a blind eye to this thing. Here is the thing. The thing is, someone says that this game is a love letter to the fans, and it is a love letter to the fans. But in reality, it actually is this. It's a cash grab disguised as a love letter. Capcom didn't really give a damn about Devil May Cry 5. All they did is, the only effort they put in is the motion capture and the cutscenes, and that's it. That's all they did in the fifth game. That's all they did in the fifth game. Literally. And just people, I just have no hope. Guys, I have literally no hope for the next game of the series. Will there be a sequel, a remake of the second game, a retcon everything, or a Sparta game? Here's the thing, Capcom. Let me tell you the easiest way to do it right now. Do not make it a Devil May Cry game. Just end the Devil May Cry series right there, right now, and just tell that Dante and Virgil died while fighting enemies for no reason, and Virgil been fighting demons till his death, until he died in a heart attack or something, and that's it. End the series right there. Just end it right there. That's it. Just end it right there. Just end it. End the series. Capcom, you don't give a damn about Devil May Cry. You made a Devil May Cry game just to shut the people up for the 5th game of the series. People have been asking for a 5th game for years. You guys took 10 years to release this shit? Like, look at the reboot. I know a lot of people just talk shit about the reboot constantly, but they don't realize how in the reboot, they at least, Ninja Theory, at least they try. They try at least to make it good. They try. There's effort. They put at least some effort, some thought. You know, even though I hate some of the characters writing is garbage, I hate Dante's character so much. And a bit of Virgil's character. The downfall make it better. The story is actually pretty good. The setting is kind of decent. The gameplay is fun. And Virgil's downfall is not just just play all Dante's levels. No, it's 5 missions that happens after the main game. It sets up for what's gonna happen in the future if it's gonna happen. And at least Ninja Theory tried. They tried. The keyword trying. I respect their effort. I respect their fucking effort. There's no denying that. 5? They have no effort. There's no effort put into the 5th game. There's no effort. Literally no effort. And speaking of Virgil, one more time. They're supposed to be twins, right? Why the fuck their face models are different? When you play for the first time, it's like, oh, okay, they're brothers. They're just brothers and that's it. It's like, heck, they say twin brothers, right? Then why they look different? Like we said these two are twin brothers. Why they fuck look different? So people get confused? Look at Devil May Cry 3! Look at Devil May Cry 1! They look exactly the same. The difference is Virgil's hair slicked back, that's it. It's just, I don't get it. It's so fucking stupid. Like, I don't know who the fuck idea is this. Man. I think I've talked about way too much. Now the video's been about almost like 23 minutes long. That's how I really want to talk about this game and take my time explaining some of the shit they've been doing. And it just shows that Devil May Cry 5 is a weak title. As part of the series, is a weak fucking title. It's one of the weaker titles of the series. Look at 1 and 3. They're fucking amazing. They're amazing games. 4 is decent. 5 is a piece of shit. 5 is a piece of crap. It's worse than the reboot. It's just, I can't fucking believe this. Like, the amounts of bullshit we could have done is bring Sparta back. Bring him back. Tell us why he left. Did he die? Did he went to the demon realm? At least in the reboot, they literally said in the Resident Evil 1 reboot, they said this. Sorry, what I'm trying to say is Devil May Cry 1, the reboot, the DMC reboot. They say that Dante's mom is dead, while you know, Dante's Virgil's dad, while Sparta is actually imprisoned in the underworld. He's still imprisoned as we speak. So there's still some context basically still alive. There's still some things that they can like say, so he's still alive. Well, in the freaking main timeline we don't know if he's alive or dead. People say he's dead, people say he's alive still, people say he's in the underworld. Like, you would have brought him back as a corrupted version. Like, bruh. Like, well, you can do that. You can bring Mundus back. When he said, like, you know, heck, you can let, you know, V be his kid. Or maybe Dante and Lady have a child together. Yeah, you know, have a child together. Something like that. But instead, it's basically be like Devil May Cry 1 and 3 so badly. It's like you try to freaking, oh my god, it's so blatant. It's literally, you can literally see it. You can guys replay the game. You'll see what I'm talking about. Like literally, it's just a rehash of the first and the third game. It's a fucking rehash. Try to get like the first third game in the worst way and just connecting dots. Blindfolded, mind you. Blindfolded. Oh, brother. It's a fucking shame. It's a fucking shame. And that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say about Devil May Cry 5. It's at the end of the day, this game is a cash grab. It's a cash grab disguised as a letter to the fans. Maybe the other way around. I don't know. I just don't know. Like literally, it's like, hey, I'm a letter to the fans, but in reality, I'm just cash grabbing you, and just because y'all are so fucking stupid. I literally have no hope, and even if they change writers, directors, whatever the fuck, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. There's no coming back from this. Just end the series. Can you just end it? End the series. There's Capcom. You don't give a damn. You don't care. You don't give a shit. That's why it took you so long to make a Devil May Cry, the 5th game of the franchise. You took so fucking long. It took forever to make a Devil May Cry game. Like literally, just January said, you know what? Yeah, let's just make a Devil May Cry 5 game so we can shut the people up, so we can keep continuing milking Resident Evil series. That's literally what the fuck y'all doing. That's what y'all doing, really. It's freaking ridiculous. Probably when Devil May Cry 6 comes out, either I maybe play it, or maybe by that point, I'll basically be done with Resident Evil 4 Remake, and probably I'll be might hated it, or maybe not gonna play it. So, yeah. So that's the end of the video, guys. That's all I have to say about Devil May Cry 5. I need to get this video off my chest, get this video out. This will be my definitive and last video about it. I will not talk about Devil May Cry 5 ever again. Hopefully this video will understand how I feel and what I feel about the game. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in this video. Take care.